Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we are going to revisit the Javelin Wreck of Daymar. So, a lot of you may not know that in several patches previously, as a matter of fact, all the way back when Daymar was added as a planet that you could actually explore, or a moon you could explore, they put in a little Easter egg, a little wreck, a Javelin wreck. It's not little at all. It's huge because the Javelin's huge. They're like 500 meters long or something. So very cool that the developers put this in, that CIG put this in, and they've been iterating on it. You know, I debated about doing this video because if you've seen the Javelin wreck, you've seen it, right? Well, that's not exactly true. You could go back and watch my previous Javelin Wreck video and watch this one, and they're going to be quite different. The wrecks are different. They have changed the Javelin Wreck up a little bit. Now, the coordinates are practically the same. There are some subtle differences, and I'll give you those coordinates here as we go, looking for it on Daymar. But first of all, you have to get to Crusader if you don't already spawn there, which most people probably don't. Most people spawn at New Babbage or Hurston or ArcCorp, but you need to go to Daymar or the Crusader and then set your coordinates to Daymar. Now, I highly recommend that you go to OM3 once you get in the orbit around Daymar. That's going to be the first step. After flying to OM3, you're going to want to locate Bountiful Harvest and fly straight towards the planet, towards Bountiful Harvest. Now, don't quantum there. You're going to want to fly manually. Bountiful Harvest will actually be on the other side of the moon from where this wreck is going to be. So once you get, fairly close to the surface, kind of like the distance I am now, then what you're looking for is to kind of triangulate your position between ArcCorp Mining Area 141 and Dunlow Ridge, as well as Bountiful Harvest. So really there's the 2 points that you're really most concerned about is ArcCorp Mining Area 141 and Dunlow Ridge. Once you've located both of those destinations on the planet, what you're trying to do is get within 219.7 kilometers of ArcCorp Mining 141, and you want to be roughly 212.7 kilometers away from Dunlow Ridge. There's a whole host of ways that you can choose to do this. I personally used Crusader as kind of another marker for me. I'm going to go away from both ArcCorp Mining and Dunlow Ridge because I'm not far enough away from either one of them. So Crusader is my point. I know it's kind of halfway between them, but going away from them. So that's what I did to start this whole exploration. There are some other points of interest. When we get to the Javelin Wreck, I will put down how far away, all the different points of interest that I chose to write down for you guys to find it a little easier so that you don't have to always use just ArcCorp Mining Area 141 and Dunlow Ridge as your starting points. I mean, there's other ways to find it. To me, I've just found that those are always the easiest way to find the Javelin Wreck on Daymar. Now, there are supposed to be other wrecks throughout the Stanton system. Now, are they Javelin wrecks? No. Honestly, I don't know how many different wrecks there's going to be. There's obviously missions that you can see wrecked Caterpillars, wrecked Starfarers, wrecked Freelancers. So you can definitely see all the different kinds of wrecks they have. But I'm pretty sure there's derelicts on most of the planets and moons in the Stanton system. I just haven't found them all, and honestly, I haven't looked that hard for them. It would take hours probably to do so. It takes long enough to find where the Javelin Wreck is when you know where it's at. Yeah, it sounds confusing, right? When you know basically where it's at with the coordinates, it's still going to take a few minutes for you to find it. Obviously, I have cut this video down, so it did take a good Well, you know, I'm not going to say that. It took a little while, but I didn't, like, fly over it and miss it. Like you could in the previous version of the Javelin Wrecks. You could fly right past it and not know it was there, especially with dust storms and whatnot. I think that some of the geological features that they've improved upon have actually made it easier to spot the Javelin Wreck this time around. You guys, when you go find it, maybe you can tell me if that's true or not. I just felt like I was able to find it very easily when I got near the coordinates. There was no, you know, trying to blow up the sand to uncover the Javelin Wreck. Now, I was at first expecting to be on the side of a mountain, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not on the side of a mountain this time. The previous video that I did, it's really up on the side of a mountain. There's parts of it that are kind of over the side of the mountain, so it was very difficult to find unless you knew exactly what to look for. This time around, it's much, much easier. So I definitely recommend you go and pay it a visit at least once. I did hear a rumor that in a future upcoming patch, there was going to be a city growing out of this Javelin Wreck. So that's one of the reasons why I went searching for it. You can see I have spotted it right here on my right. I was expecting there to possibly be a city this time. I was hoping, but not yet. I have heard that they will do that. I don't know if that's true or not. You can take any leak you hear with a grain of salt. Half of them are true and half of them aren't, if that much. But it's really cool to actually just go to see this thing and see how absolutely massive a Javelin is. And this was our first experience with a Javelin that we could go on foot or in a ship to see how big it was, up until Fleet Week that you saw, you know, in May. Then we actually got to see him in space, and you could float around and be really close to him. As you can see, I'm getting some cinematic type shots for this Javelin Wreck. I hope you guys enjoyed these different scenes that I'm trying to put together here for you. They are really fun to do, and I thought it was really cool. What do you guys think of the Javelin Wreck? Are there any other wrecks that you have seen around the Stanton system like this? And if there are, do you have the coordinates to them? Can you find them again? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to go visit some of those sites. I think it'd be really awesome. These points of interest are just really cool. There's a lot of places that you can go to on the different planets that aren't on the charts, so to speak. Different landing sites and stuff, especially for smugglers. But there are some places you can go to, and I'm very interested in finding as many of them as I can and bringing those to you guys. Are you guys interested in seeing some of those sites of the Stanton system that you might not normally be able to see? And would you like me to put coordinates down below like I'm going to do right now? I'm going to give you coordinates to about 8 different places. Artcorp Mining 141, as you know, is 219.7. Dunlow Ridge Shelter 212.7. Bountiful Harvest 415.8. And OM 3 204.4. The other 4 I'm going to pop up on the screen. I'm not going to go through them all. But these are the coordinates for the Javelin Wreck of Daymar. Not real hard to find. It really isn't. It was super easy for me to find. You know, once you kind of get your bearings, it's not too difficult. You can get out and explore on foot, as you can see what I'm doing here. I did explore it pretty extensively. I'm not going to include all that footage in this video, but guys, definitely go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's something that a lot of people don't get to go see in the game or don't know about. Let me know if you've been here. Obviously, the new wreck, not many people have been here. I can tell you that. I might be the first one, who knows. But go check it out. It's cool. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching my video. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube members. You guys have got me through some tough times over the last few months, so I definitely want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much. If you guys want to join that prestigious group of sponsors, that information is going to be in the description of this video, so definitely check that out. I do have a lot of 312 content on the way for you guys. I want to do some mining content. That might be coming up soon. I also want to find Jericho. That would be the Navy base. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that. You guys, hopefully I'll be able to get that video out and you'll be able to see where the Navy base Jericho is. But thank you so much for tuning in once again. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the game and want to join the game, use my referral code down in the description. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.